Hello, everyone. It is us. Our voices.
Us as in Catherine Hawthorn
And Leah doesn't have a last name.
That is Leah of the Singing Writer, you goose.
Well, the singing writer isn't a last name.
Well, that's
So
true.
that would be weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, this is our surprise. We're doing a vlog, but with just our voices.
In other words, a podcast. Since we really don't have a camera to use.
Well, really, it isn't a podcast, because that would mean we'd have to do way more of these videos than we're doing.
Well, I guess that's true. Anyway, we want to thank our loyal readers for giving us all these questions. Y'all asked some really great ones.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Alright, Leah, you want to get started with these questions?
We're just literally staring at each other giggling. This is great. Okay, yeah, I will start with the first questions from Ivie Brooks. Thank you, Ivie, for asking such great questions. Alright, have you seen the How to Train Your Dragon 3 trailer? I have. I've seen it several times because I keep rewatching it because it's really funny.
I don't think I did. I'm trying to remember if I did or not. I might have watched it once, but I don't remember. And I feel really horrible about that.
Have you even seen the movies?
No, I haven't. It's one of the
Don't worry, Ivie, it's on our list.
Literally, Ivy, we have a list of over 100 movies that we still need to watch together. It's
bad. We're working through it.
slowly but surely.
Okay, number 2, favorite fiction. This is really hard, Ivy. Why would you ask this?
This is Ivy we're talking about.
This physically hurts me because I can't pick just one because then I feel the other ones are mad at me for picking the one I pick over them. Ugh. I'm a very indecisive person. I can't make choices. I'm like staring at my bookshelf like which one do I want to sacrifice?
She's literally staring at her bookshelf, guys. We're actually in her room at the moment. Pick something.
I know, I am trying to. This is hard. I guess I would have to pick Wanderlost by Jen Malone. That's a really nice book. Nice.
Nice.
It's good. Why would I pick nice?
I don't think you've told me about that one.
I think I did, because remember, she lives in Ohio, and I live in Ohio, so I was like, me. Yay. Yeah, so that one's really good. How about you?
Oh, gosh. So many books. I could go for Lord of the Rings. I could go for Anne of Green Gables. I could go for, so many.
I told you, it's a very hard question.
That is a very hard question. You know, us book dragons, we don't have just one favorite jewel. We have...
It's the horde.
It's the horde.
Them all.
Yes.
Real quick here. Sorry if I sound really bad. I have cold right now. Yesterday was worse, though. I sounded really bad yesterday.
She did. She was rasping pretty good.
It was bad. All right. Question number 3 from Ivy. Autumn or winter? That is definitely autumn for me. I don't like the cold. I can't survive.
I cannot agree more. Fall is much more prettier, too, because you have all the leaves, you have the fall scents, I guess you could say, like the cool crispness of the air.
And you can drink hot tea and fashion,
yes.
The fall fashion, the boots.
The scarves.
We're like all about the fall.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's it from Ivy. Thanks, Ivy. Alright, Keturah, thanks for the questions. You asked a lot. They're really hard, just so you know. Alright, number 1. How do you two know each other? This is a long story.
Well, you want to tell the whole thing or the shortened version?
We don't have time to say the whole thing. That would take pretty much most of this up.
Well, that's probably true.
We don't know how long this is going to be, but...
Well, we're just going to wing it.
I'm just going to wing it.
Anyway,
Story of my life.
What happened was I was going out to college in a town about 30 minutes from Leah's house. And I needed a way to get up to church because I actually didn't have a car.
Freshmen aren't allowed to have cars.
This one you were actually allowed to have cars, but my parents actually didn't have a car for me, so it was kind of awkward for the first year or two. Asking people for rides and even just to go to the grocery store a mile down the road, it was bad.
So we had a mutual family friend who asked us if we would give her a ride. And the first time she climbed into the car, it was really awkward.
It was, dude, because I had never met the whole family. I had met her parents about 2 weeks before because they ended up going to another parish for the summer.
My aunt has a swimming pool. We take advantage of it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes. But anyway, so it was about 2 weeks before I actually, like, met the whole family. And it was literally, I met them
as she was climbing
into the car. It was weird. And unfortunately for us, and we never really knew it until then, it was actually her youngest brother who broke the ice. I mean, he was a chatterbox, and
he still is. Well, you can't get him to shut up.
But he broke the ice, and it still took us a couple of weeks to really get used to each other.
And then something just, like, clicked. And then you couldn't get us to shut up.
You couldn't get us apart for a while.
Mm-mm. And then she started coming over almost every weekend to my house.
Yeah, that was after I got the car. It was...
Yeah.
Actually, wait, and the first time I actually stayed over at their house for an extended period of time was my first Easter in Ohio. Because...
She didn't go home for Easter.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't give me the Monday off, and so I wasn't long enough. Like, Thanksgiving, it was like 4 days, so my parents could come and get me and bring me back, because where I live, I was 8 hours away from where I was going to college. So it was a long stretch no matter what you did.
It just worked out better for her to come over to our house. And then after that, she started coming over pretty much almost every weekend. Once I learned that she was as movie deprived as she is or was, I was like, we need to make a list and we need to watch them all. And we're still working through that list like 5 years later. So yeah, that's the short version. So
one of these days we'll have to do the long version.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we forget all the details.
We old and senile. Okay, so number 2 from Keturah. Who started blogging first? I did, actually.
Yes, Leah did. She was the one that got me into it.
Me and my friend Kat started a blog, Catholic Girl Stuff. We kind of, like, let it die.
Recently, but...
Yeah, sorry, Catholic Girl Stuff. It was Kat's idea. She literally, like, sent me an email and was like, we should start blogging. And then, like, 2 days later, she was like, I created a blog for us. And I was like, okay, this is happening. Wow. And then, like, 2 months later, you started? Or was it, like, 4 months?
It was... I thought it was closer to, like, a month, maybe a couple of weeks. I'm trying to remember, because I remember I was sitting at your house when I finally made the push, because I had actually been thinking about blogging before, and I actually had some, like, post ideas hidden away in a document somewhere, but I just never did it. I mean, I liked the idea of blogging, but I just never got into it. I didn't know how to get into it, and it was just like, oh, Leah's doing it. She can show me how to do this stuff.
Turns out Catherine's the more technical of us. I'm like, how do I do this thing? Help me.
Well, that's what happens when you go to an online high school. You learn things. Either that, you figure out how to use Google, who then will teach you other things, because that's how I ended up getting into a little bit of the HTML stuff. It's just like, okay, Google, show me how to do this. And it works.
I just go, Catherine, show me how to do this. And then it works. Okay, so... Question number 3 from Keturah. Each of your most embarrassing stories that involve each other. Now this one's an interesting question, and like as soon as I saw it, I kind of rolled my eyes because I was like, oh boy, Catherine's gonna have like a whole list. I am an incredibly awkward person. Always. I'm never not awkward. So there's a list of like embarrassing stories involving each other. So, why don't you go first and get me out of the way.
Get you out of the way?
So we can laugh it off.
Alright, so this was what, my first time at your aunt's? I think it was. By the time sophomore year rolled around, it's just like, yeah, we know each other well enough. We'll just take Catherine up with us.
And she came back in, like, the middle of August, so it was still summertime.
Yeah, so basically we started going up to their aunt's house. And it was the first time that I was there. And we're all sitting around the pool. And her older brother, who is a year younger than I am, was in the pool. And all of a sudden, our bestest friend, the littlest brother, whose name is Aiden, decided to open his 7-year-old mouth and say, you know, I think that Howard, who is the older brother, by the way, and Catherine should get married because they have red spots all over their face. Both of us did have a bad case of acne. I still do, actually, but...
Luckily, my older brother's head was underwater. So
he was literally the only person in that entire entourage that didn't hear that particular thing.
Catherine's face was, like, incredibly red. It was great.
It was, because I was probably embarrassed the heck. Even though I was laughing along with him, it was just everybody was laughing. At that point, Howard's head had popped up, and it's just like, why is everybody laughing? And it was just like, do not tell him, do not tell him.
Put my hand on top of his head and just pushed him back under the water. Like, just go back down there.
Which I was eternally grateful for. Oh my gosh. We still laugh about that to this day.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then...
Now your turn.
Some of my embarrassing moments?
Well, no, this is the one we talk about Uncle George.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Sorry, we made notes and we're, like, rambling to each other. Anyway, so, we have this gentleman at our church. His name's Uncle George. Everybody calls him Uncle George because he's like the uncle of the church.
He really is.
So, we had a bunch of college guys that used to go to our church because the church is close to the college. And Catherine and Uncle George were talking one day, and, like, he pointed to the table with all the college boys at it. And he was like, who's your favorite? Pick one. Like, from the animals in the field or something like that.
Yeah, like just pick one and I'll rope them in for you. And it's just like, actually, we were walking up the stairs at that point because we were going to go get trees, I think.
It was Christmas time.
Yeah, that's right. It was right after Christmas was ending, and we were going up to get trees to put them away in the closet. We were right behind said college boys. There was no way they could not hear it. It's just like, Uncle George, please.
Yeah, me and a mutual friend of ours were just, like, standing behind Catherine and Uncle George, like, dying of laughter. I could not breathe. It was amazing. It was so great.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Hit him with it. Embarrassing moments for me.
For you. Oh my gosh.
Many of them. The many of them.
I'm trying to think. Oh, the DVD.
Oh goodness.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've told this story before, but there was one time where we were fixing some of the movie deprivation thing, and
she had never seen the third Anne of Green Gables movies by Sullivan Entertainment, and even though that one's not that great, I was still like,
we need to watch it.
It's got Gilbert in it. So
yeah, it's got Gilbert and Anne, and they get married in it, so, you know, it's
good.
It redeems itself somehow. Anyway, she puts it in, and we start watching it, and it's like, why does something, like, feel really off about this? And we keep watching it ahead, and it's just like, it felt like we started it in the middle or something. And we get through, and then time-wise, it felt like it was supposed to be the halfway of the movie, and the credits start rolling. It was just like an explosion of girlish shrieking, like, you put the DVD in, like, you fag.
It was an A and B side disc, so I put it on the B side instead of the A side, like an idiot. So then we had to laugh for like 5 minutes, and then we flipped it over and watched the beginning to the middle. So yeah, we haven't actually like rewatched it.
No, we haven't. And then